Today this is a comparison video between the Triaxe Cruze, which used to be known as the Tour. This is the Cruze, and over here is the Triaxe Sport. One thing you need to be aware of, they're completely different units, but they look alike. They look a lot alike. The Sport is out of stock. The Cruze, we have it. So comparison, they're both 350-pound weight capacities. Major difference between the two is this is a back wheel drive system with magnet brakes, electromagnetic brakes, so it stops. It doesn't move. Where this is a, we consider recreational scooter, and it has a motor hub on the front. It's very, very dependable actually. Motor hub, and this is a very fast, about 12 miles per hour. It has 3 gear settings, but you have to use a brake to stop it. So it's got disc brakes at the back. The motor's at the front. Recreational. So this is a great scooter for some people that can get on and off it, can kind of tighten stuff up. A lot of these to people that go to car shows, a younger crowd, because it's fast, has a 35-mile battery range with the standard battery, but they do have a TSA approved battery. It's a brushless motor. That's why it can go longer. And they have made a lot of improvements to this. Unfortunately, it's out of stock. There's a lot of different colors with this one. Comes with a standard 16-inch seat, but you can get the wider seat on it. Spring shock suspensions, stuff like that. Now, let me just show you some stuff about this that's different. This is your throttle. Right here. This is how you operate. You turn it on, and then this is your throttle. This is how it goes. And we're gonna go ride it in a little bit. It has little anti-tippers at the ground that actually catch, but you might have to tighten those up every once in a while. This thing folds down. The other thing, this one's nice, is that this has like a little rack that can come out, and you can put a cooler or a suitcase. I've actually traveled to the Bahamas with this, which was really fun. I put all my suitcase and stuff back here, and I've also used it for Halloween. My little boy, who's 2, I would be on, he would sit up there and we'd ride around and jump off. So I used it a couple different times. I actually had a cooler back here. You can remove this battery to take it inside and charge it, which is nice. You would just take this right here, unplug it, and then there's a little thing right here, pulls this out, and then you can take this in and charge it with the charger. It would plug right into here. So that's nice too. So you don't have to take this in and out. You can leave this in your shed, take this inside your house, make sure you're charging the battery. Again, this is the long range lithium ion battery, up to 35 miles, and then they also have a travel TSA battery, a little bit less distance, but still very long distance traveling. Put this back in. This seat is a little bit different, so this is a ratchet, so it won't go back. You have to bring it down, back up, but you drop it the same way. There's a release right here. This drops it down. These are solid tires. They used to have air in these. That was the issue we ran into them. Right here, here's your speed: 1 gear, 2 gear, 3 gear. 2, 3. You got a light, you have a loud horn, and you have reverse and forward. And this is your brake. And this is how you lock it so it doesn't move. When that's locked, this won't work. You can also turn this off, and then this won't turn when you turn it on. It's your on and off switch back here. So if you have kids, you can lock it there, turn that off, so they try to turn it on, it won't work. And then if they did get it on and you had the locking brake on it, it won't go anywhere. You have to release this. So getting onto this, it's real small, but you have a lot, kind of, this little feet thing comes out, really gives you some room. One thing I don't like about this tires is rubber. I wish it was polyurethane. It can mark up the floor if you gas this thing really, really hard. But there are spring shock suspensions on the front, which is nice. And this bar can come out a little bit further if you want it to, or taken off. So then you have your brake and you have your reverse. And again, we're gonna take this outside in a minute. So fold this down. This is your release. Take the basket off, bag. It's nice. Flip that down. You can adjust this in height too. Lower this. Take this. push it forward a little bit. Don't pull back on it. Don't pull back and do that. Push it forward. And now you can stand it straight up, or you can wheel it with the brake off. Has your front light. So now, you know, both have front lights, both have spring shock suspensions. This is the Cruze, which we have in stock, which we really like, especially if someone has a hard time getting up and down or can't push the brakes or one-handed. This one right here would be tough for someone one-hand. The Sport, because the gas and the brakes on the left, the gas on the right, you can't reverse it. This one you can use one hand. You don't have to worry about braking it because it brakes on its own. It also folds flat. It's aluminum frame. It only weighs 58 pounds without the battery. The battery is not very heavy, so probably 60 pounds with the battery. The battery can be removed, charge it away from the unit. TSA friendly, comes with one battery. It's going to come with an 18-inch wide seat. Comes in blue or red. This goes up to 6 miles per hour. Electromagnetic braking, 24-volt, 12-amp-hour battery, paddle acceleration up to 18 miles, 39 inches in length, 19.5 inches in width. So if you look at this, what's nice about it, your anti-tippers back here are down. This is your release so that you can roll it if something went wrong with it. This has to be down or it'll beep at you like it just did. But these anti-tippers can be down if you want to roll it on this back thing. When you're riding, it's how you would have it. Pull this, that drops it. The basket has a little push off, comes right off. And then you can take that, bring this down, and now you can roll it like the Triaxe Sport on its back wheels. But if you want to fold it up or prop it up, you're going to come back here, you're going to pull these out and bring it up. Pull these out and bring it up. Now you can store it like this. So it doesn't have the cooler rack. So you're traveling on an airplane. I got a guy that's going to Europe. He just got one. He's going to Europe. Most of the time they're going to tell you to take the battery out. So this is TSA approved. When you go on the airline, this is how you remove the battery. And this is how you can take this out when if you want to take it inside your house and charge. So you can pull this quick pin, bring this down, unplug this, pull the battery right out, put this right back in there, close this up by pulling this back out. And now this is what goes on the airplane with you. You can put it in your little bag, and this will go on the airplane, underneath the airplane. I always tell them next destination, not final, so that you can get this and go through the long airports. Next destination. They're going to ask you that. So now you can fold this up, put it right here. But what you're going to want to put those antis back down traveling so they can roll it on those back wheels. Put this right back in again. This is where you would charge it. Right here, the charger just plugs right into there. And then you want to make sure it's in the I position so it's charging. And on the charger, there'll be a blue and green light. Blue light means it's charging, green light means it's fully charged. If you happen to have that in the O position and you plug your charger in, the green light will immediately come on. It's not being charged. Make sure it's in the I. So let's go ahead and put the battery back in there and go over this unit a little bit more. Then we're going to take it outside for a ride and see how it does. So just take that, plug this right in, make sure it's snug in there, kind of just put this down in there, and then it won't go back unless you pull that. You're done. This comes up, lock it, take the seat, bring it up. It stops right there. You can sit there if you like, if you're shorter, or you can put that release. So let me do one thing. That's why it's making that beeping noise. Let's measure the specs out. So with the anti-tippers up and this bar on it, we're about 39 inches. This bar comes off, we're about 35 inches, 37 inches. With those anti-tippers down, with the bar on it's about 43 inches. So if you need to make it not so long, just leave these up if you like. Take this bar that's just a bumper. There's a little pin. You just pull that and you can just pull this right off. You don't need it. So this will make the length shorter. And I believe it's only like 20 inches in width, 19.5 inches in width. I actually had someone had nothing, they couldn't get anything in their house. They got one of these. This was hitting the doors. This is still real narrow. I mean, about 20 inches, 19.5 inches. But we just took these mud flaps off because he's going to be using it inside. If you look at the up here, you know, if you're, it's 350 pounds, but if you can't bend your knees to get your feet across here, or if you can't get onto this unit like this, careful, because there's not much room here, but there's room here. So this is your key. There's two keys, spare key. You just plug it right in there. Your battery, your speed, and then you have a light, you have a horn. You can operate it forward or backwards or vice versa. You know. Straight bar handlebar. Again, this is adjustable. And you do have these anti-tippers on both units that will keep it from flipping over. And they do work. So that's about it on this. So we're going to take it out for a spin. Both of them. Again, the Cruze is in stock. My name's Chris, and we're about to shoot some video outside with it. So it can handle this crush and run back here. It's bumpy. It's not too bad to ride on. It's not, if I had, this is what I was going to primarily ride on, is gravel like this. Probably wouldn't go with this small unit. This would be a great unit for like travel and stuff like that. But you're going to run through situations like this. So it can go through it. It can go through grass. But I wouldn't, if that's your primary use is through thick grass and crush and run or gravel, probably something different. But this is a very nice fold up portable unit. You can travel with it, go just about anywhere you want. When you're traveling outside the country, you're going to have some situations where it's going to be kind of on terrain and stuff like this. You know, it's nice, you can get off. This is not too heavy, you can roll it, stuff like that. Now again, this is the Cruze. This is with the back wheel drive. It's very nice. Now the Sport, again, front wheel drive motor, so starting up hills sometimes is a little bit of an issue with these, but it's nice because it's brushless, because you can kind of do this, use your feet if you're able to do it. And you never want to gas this motor all the way, because it'll spin that tire and wear out your tire. So just get it started. But on this, very bumpy. Like again, it's not something I would be buying this to ride through this, getting this stuff dirty. But these are review videos, so we don't care. We're gonna tear them up just to see if they're gonna hold up. And we're doing that for y'all. So that's why we want you to subscribe to our videos. But you're gonna run in situations like this, especially if you go to car shows. You're gonna be on hard, flat surfaces, but then you're gonna run through this crush and run. You're gonna run through certain situations where the scooter should be able to go through this stuff, but it's not going to be ideal for it for everyday use in this situation. So again, this is the Triaxe Sport with the motor on the front. That's the Triaxe Cruze with the motor on the back. Electric magnetic braking system, brushless motor, red and blue, different colors. Give us a call. Visit us at affordablemedicalusa.com. You can call us at 803-926-2224. My name's Chris. And at our website, you can put in Cruze in our search bar. This should come up. And Sport, this should come up. But if you want this unit, I can't get it to you. I got one left. It's me to do these demos. I got plenty of these in stock. I got more coming. And I have a commitment of a big, large order coming in once all the stuff comes in with the company we get these from. Thank you so much, and subscribe and watch some of our other videos.